We're Team 9A, and today we're going to be comparing gait videos 8 and 9. So here we have some screenshots of both of our subjects. On the left, you can see video 8. This subject we said was an 8-year-old female, and on the right, we have a screenshot from video 9, and this subject we said was a male, and we estimated that he was in his 30s or 40s, but it's difficult to tell because you can't see his face.
So we noticed a few similarities between the two videos. First, ankle mechanism deviations, which is during loading response. They both have some foot mechanism deviations, which is involved during pre-swing. Both subjects demonstrate difficulty with functional task of limb advancement. They both show some excessive knee extension during loading response and mid-stance. And as we referred to before, the ankle mechanism deviations, their lack of ankle dorsiflexion, and they also, as opposed to contacting with their heel, they're contacting with their forefoot, and during their gait, they also demonstrate toe in.
So some of the differences, for subject 8, her gait velocity is 0.982 meters per second, and subject 9 is at 0.125 meters per second, so slower than subject 8. Both lack ankle dorsiflexion, but in subject 8, she is able to clear the foot during swing limb advancement, whereas in subject 9's gait, he's unable to clear and has toe drag during swing limb advancement, possibly due to weak hip flexors. And also subject 8 has an anterior trunk lean, whereas we don't see that in subject 8.
Okay, so now we're going to discuss some of the primary gait deviations that we saw in both these subjects while we discuss these.
So first we're going to be looking at video 8, which is the little girl in the left-hand corner of the screen. We see vaulting. The weak ankle dorsiflexors cause a foot drop, which makes it difficult to clear the swing leg during limb advancement. She compensates by rising on her toes on the stance leg in order to clear the swing leg. And then now we're comparing that to video 9, which is the man with the walker. He has toe drag during swing phase. Toe drag happens when there is failure to dorsiflex the ankle to a neutral position for adequate clearance during swing phase. The ankle dorsiflexors are likely to be weak, and as you can see, he never picks up his entire foot off the ground.
So next we saw that both of these subjects exhibited forefoot initial contact instead of initial contact with the heel. With subject 8, this girl may have a slight plantar flexion contracture or weakness in her ankle dorsiflexors. So this could be due to soft tissue tightness, an upper motor neuron lesion affecting her triceps surae, or potentially peripheral nerve damage to the deep fibular nerve. This causes her to have early heel rise, which also limits her knee flexion. And in video 9, we also see this forefoot initial contact. This patient presents with a lack of dorsiflexion throughout the gait cycle, and this could be due to pes equinus or a plantar flexion contracture.
For video 8, the girl demonstrates excessive knee extension during loading response and mid-stance. So this could be due to weak eccentric control of her quadriceps, which isn't allowing her to flex her knee. And in video 9, we can also see that he's exhibiting excessive knee extension. So this could also be due to quadriceps weakness, but we also see that he's using anterior trunk lean to compensate for his lack of control of his quadriceps.
So now we're just going to go back to the PowerPoint, and you can see we have the list of the primary gait deviations for video 8, and then for video 9, which we just spoke about. So here are just screenshots, and this is the video for the difficulty with limb advancement. And then we have a screenshot of forefoot initial contact, comparing both, and then excessive knee extension and loading response, and excessive knee extension in mid-stance.
For the clinical significance, so subject 8, her gait velocity was slightly below 1. So we still classified her as a community ambulator, but since it's a little less than 1, we noted that she might still have difficulty or limited ability walking in the community and may still be at an increased risk for falls. We also noted that since she's going to be vaulting a lot, she's going to be losing a lot of extra energy due to the vertical movement that she'll be exhibiting. And also, as a PT intervention, we could strengthen her quadriceps or her dorsiflexors to help with her ankle mechanism deviations.
And for subject 9, his gait velocity was 0.125 meters per second. This patient's gait speed is less than 0.6 meters per second, so it falls in the severely impaired category. And it is likely that the patient is capable of only household walking due to the slow gait velocity. And this also shows his his dependence of ADLs and puts him at risk of hospitalization. Toe drag during swing phase also puts this subject at high risk of falls. And as you can see in the video, the patient is highly reliant on his walker. For PT interventions, we would want to re-educate the patient on proper walker placement and safety, and also strengthen his quadriceps and dorsiflexors.
The end!